United States, it's important that everybody votes because it's the way that we choose our leaders, that we decide on the most important issues, and it's also the way that we can have a voice in the things that matter, our schools, our roads, our health care. So voting is the way that we speak together with each other, and voting is how, in our democracy, we choose the people that are our national, state, and local leaders.
To vote in Minnesota, you have to be 18 or older on November 4th or before. You have to be a citizen, and you have to live in Minnesota for at least 20 days. But you all live in Minnesota, right? So that's not a problem.
Voting is really important for every American, particularly people with disabilities and developmental disabilities, because they're becoming more and more a part of our society. Not only are they educated in our system, many of them have jobs and are taxpayers, and they feel a real commitment to this country to contribute and to give back and to be part of the process.
My name is Megan. I have a disability. I do know a lot about voting. I am 19. This would be my first election year. I am excited about the 2008 election because it's a presidential election and it's going to be my first election.
It's very important that young people participate and vote. It's very important that people with developmental disabilities participate and vote, because our leaders are listening and they're trying to see what are the concerns of our society.
Voting's important to me because it gives me a voice and it gives me what I think is right. Because if people with disabilities don't speak up and make their voice heard, who will?
It's important to speak up for yourself because then people will know what you need to do.
It's a civil rights issue. These are Americans, citizens, they're taxpayers, and they want to be heard.
Some of the barriers to voting with people with disabilities have been physical in getting to polling places themselves. Either there have been steps or doors haven't been wide enough. So we've been really working with counties to make sure that they're physically accessible. We have an alternative way that people with limited sight can mark ballots, limited hearing can mark their ballots. One of the ways is the AutoMark, the special machine that will help people mark their ballots.
It's not a computer, you don't vote on the machine, but it's a machine that assists people. There's Braille in some of the pads, there's large print and touchscreens. There's a number of different ways of getting the information through your ears. And so it's adaptable for many different kinds of disabilities, and its purpose is to help you print the ballot that you want, circling and filling in the little circles for the people that you want, and then that ballot is then counted just like everybody else's ballot. So you're voting privately, independently, in secret, and you're able to participate in the process through the use of that special AutoMark machine.
We also have large print ballots, so people with other disabilities who could use something like that is also available.
Also, you can vote by mail. You can request through an absentee ballot application a ballot that can come to your home. You can also go into a city clerk or county auditor's office before the election, during regular business hours. There is the handicap accessible equipment. There's no line, there's no hurry. You can take as much time as you want, and you can do it in that way as well.
Who can go in the booth with you? That was the question. The answer is anyone that you want, except your employer, because they might tell you who to vote for. A union member or a union official cannot come with you, and a candidate. A candidate also cannot come in with you.
Another really important option that some people may want to consider is curbside voting. You can come up in a car to the polling place. 2 election judges from different political parties come out, and you are able to vote right there. Fill in, you have a privacy sleeve so that your ballot can be secret, and it's taken back in by the 2 election judges. While we think it's very important that everyone vote, it's equally important that our voters are well informed.
Well, we believe at the Center for Democracy and Citizenship that we have kind of a crisis in our country where people are waiting for somebody else to solve the problems, and we know that no one person can solve the problems that we face.
What we're going to do today is have some fun and help you think about what does it mean to be a citizen? What makes a good citizen?
We want to challenge people to look at what they're interested in, what their passions are in, and get involved through organizing and getting enough power to solve problems.
We're going to draw a mark on the floor, and then everybody's going to have a chance to participate in writing or drawing what makes a good citizen. And you can draw pictures too if you want. What makes a good citizen?
Voting for people with developmental disabilities is fairly new. In the quote-unquote older days, people didn't think they had the right to vote, and through different legal processes, they've been given the right to vote and now are exercising their option. Having voter-friendly systems like we have here in Minnesota, it's really helped broaden the base of voters of people with disabilities.
Citizens have to deal with shootings, the economy, gangs, drugs, poverty, discrimination, high blood pressure, war. Who's going to deal with all these problems? The police department. Who else? The president. Who else? Does anybody think that we can solve these problems? Yes.
Everyone deserves a chance and an opportunity to get out and vote.
Searching the web, there are different links on this website and other places that can take you directly to the information. The Secretary of State's website has a picture of the ballot. You can put in your address. It pops up where you vote and a list of everything on the ballot and a link to the website of the candidate or information about the person that's on the ballot.
To get to see people with disabilities who've never voted before exercise his or her franchise is really exciting. And they take it very seriously. And for someone who is, in his 60s or 70s voting for the first time, what a difference that makes to him, but also to the people around him. People see him in line voting, and they go, well, that's what this country's about. Everyone has a voice.
Even though people have a disability doesn't mean that you cannot vote. You have the certain right to vote.
Our vote is our voice, and when everyone votes, we all win.